Alright everyone, Cowboy Trades here. I just wanted to give you a quick update on some on-chain metrics, look at what the whales are doing and look at what the retail's doing. In the past 11 days, Bitcoin has been pumping and this has caused a lot of people over on crypto Twitter, crypto YouTube to start saying that the Bitcoin bottom is in. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to look at what retail wallets are doing, we're going to look at what whales are doing, and we're going to answer the question, who are the people saying that the Bitcoin bottom is in? Is it retail traders or is it smart money? So right off the bat, we haven't looked at this chart before. This is the addresses with more than 0.1 BTC. Now, this chart basically looks exactly the same as the addresses with more than 1 BTC. Bear in mind, there may be a very, very small amount of whales when we're looking at addresses with more than 1 BTC. But when you're coming over to whale wallets, there's only about 2,000 of these whale wallets in existence. So bear in mind, compare this to, the 1 million addresses with more than 1 BTC. We're basically looking at 99.99% retail traders when we're looking at this. So right off the back, if we come over to the addresses with more than 0.1 BTC, just like the addresses with more than 1 Bitcoin, they've been drastically accumulating since 40,000, and the addresses have pushed up to about 4.2 million. Now, in the long term, this is really good for decentralization. However, in the lower time frames, you can see, these guys were selling into the rally at 13,000, 14,000, 15,000, 16,000, and when did they start drastically accumulating? They started drastically accumulating here at 40,000, just like the addresses over here did. Once again, they sold into this rally. They started selling at 10,000 and they started drastically selling off. And then when did they start drastically accumulating? Around about 40,000. Now, what's interesting over here is the parabola really started for these really small addresses around about 38,000, and it started to snap up drastically since about 18,500. But bear in mind, they've been accumulating like there's no tomorrow since 40,000, and the same over here with retail wallets. If we do zoom in, you can see day over day, week over week, these addresses are pushing up into new all-time highs. So we know right off the back that, these small wallets, these retail wallets, these shrimps, crabs, whatever you want to call them, whatever your terminology is, I just call them retail wallets. These people are currently thinking the Bitcoin bottom is in, just like they've been thinking the Bitcoin bottom was in down here at 40,000. So let's see what whales are thinking about this scenario. Are there any, smart money wallets, institutions out there that also think the bottom is in? Well, let's zoom in. We've talked about this chart before. They did a beautiful job of navigating this market. As this line went up, they were accumulating in the bull run, and at 46,500, yes, they didn't sell the exact top, but they sold at 46,500. They started dumping. Who was buying up these coins? Let's zoom in. You can see at 40,000, these retail wallets were the ones to start buying. So we know, Cowboy family know, we always look at these smart money metrics. We look at what the institutions are doing, people with large amounts of Bitcoin on their balance sheets. These are the people you want to follow. They've beautifully navigated the market. And what do they think? Do they think the Bitcoin bottom is in at this moment in time? No. They basically haven't accumulated anything in the past month. Now, there's been, the lows are down here at 2,040 wallets, and right now we're sitting at 2,045. So in terms of what smart money is doing, there's not too much to update since the last time we did whale watching. Smart money institutions, your whales, they do not think the bottom is in, and they are not accumulating. So when you see people over on crypto Twitter and crypto YouTube saying the bottom is in, these are not economists, these are not smart money, these are not people with more than 1,000 Bitcoin. The people who are calling for the bottom to be in right now have probably never studied economics ever in their entire life, and they don't understand how the Federal Reserve works, they don't understand how the stock market works. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's just a fact. If you think the bottom is in, you've never studied economics in your entire life, and if you have, you don't know enough, because once again, these retail wallets which poorly navigate the market every single cycle, these are the ones which are buying. The smart money, which beautifully led this entire bull run and sold more or less at the top, they're sitting on the sidelines. So when we do come over to the Bitcoin ratio of retail to institutional addresses, if you want to know how this is calculated, you can read this over here. You can see the stats over here. Take a screenshot, pause if you want. I won't explain it anymore in any more videos. You can look at that if you really want to. But more or less, when the blue line goes to the upside, this is indicative that retail are the ones leading the market right now, and this is bearish because what happens when institutions lead the market? Well, we knew what happened when institutions led the market in 2020. The blue line went to the downside as institutions were accumulating. They were buying the coins off retail, And then round about this 46,000 region, this is when you started seeing articles come out on all of these economic journalist websites saying Bitcoin analysts predict 100,000, 250,000. These analysts predict this. Of course, these articles were only coming out so smart money institutions and whales could dump on the heads of retail. And exactly that is what happened. You know, once again, as soon as these articles started to come out, convincing retail to buy, that was pretty much the top. Retail started drastically accumulating once institutions were selling on their head. And ever since then, ever since 46,500, the blue line has been climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing. And if we zoom in, you can see, you know, this only made a new high back on the 2nd of January. So once again, we pushed up again, you know, kind of, we're really trying to push the ceiling off of this at this moment in time, meaning, you know, once again, your institutions, your smart monies, they are not buying right now. They don't think the bottom is in. The only people who think the bottom is in are people without an economics degree who have less than 1,000, less than 100 Bitcoin. Once again, the shrimps, the retail traders, these are the people calling for the bottom, not the smart money. So all I've got for you for this update, as always, if you do enjoy the content, let me know down below by leaving a like and a comment. Share the videos with your friends, and if you do want more economic data, posts, memes, charts, more about my personal life while I'm away from my channel, be sure to follow me over on Twitter at 618_cowboy. Come and join the Discord if you want. If you come over to my YouTube, click on the About section, you can see all of my official links are down below. All I've got for you for this video, as always, it's been your boy Cowboy Trades. I'm out. Peace.